Hello, everybody. I'm meteorologist Hutch Johnson, and it is Christmas Eve. Here is your forecast facts. It's cold, there's fog, and there are some slippery conditions across the valley. Take it slow today, and here's what you need to know today in your forecast.
Now, a Hutch's weather update with Chief Meteorologist Hutch Johnson, brought to you by Robert Gibb and Sons.
All right, a couple of things to know are going to be our temperatures this morning. Generally near 20 degrees, some teens out there in the deeper snow up north, and I do think parts of Minnesota as well in the teens. The warm air is way out to the west. Temperatures there in the 20s to near 30 degrees, a little bit warmer in some spots near the Black Hills of South Dakota. South winds are going to try to warm things up, melt some snow, and expand the warmth to the east. But folks, it's just like this. This air mass over us is very cold. It's very dense because our snowbanks are cold and dense from the last few days. That means icy road conditions in places. It means with the fog that we have setting up because of this constant flow of moist air over our cold snowbanks and frozen tundra, more of this dense fog will last into the day, particularly in the Red River Valley counties and off into Minnesota. So keep that in mind if you are traveling. Please give extra distance between you and the vehicle in front of you. Give extra stopping distance as well. Take it slow, take it safe. Afternoon temperatures, the warmth will expand into places like Bismarck, Sioux County for Fort Yates, all the way into Grant County as well. Elgin, New Leipzig, all the way down into the, Lemon, South Dakota. Looks like you'll be sprouting some lemons indeed with temperatures rocking near 40 degrees. Up in the Northland on the Highway 2 corridor and the Highway 200 corridor, we will be cooler, but we will be starting to warm up near 30 degrees in Minot and in Williston for the day. I think mid-20s at best for Walhalla, Langdon. If you're up in Bottineau, you're going to have mid-20s because of the amount of snow that's on the ground and frosty conditions. And because 20s will be there, watch for slippery roads along that Highway 5 corridor and Highway 11 into northwest Minnesota. Temperatures peaking only in the 20s here in the Red River Valley. Will be in the 20s across most of Minnesota. If you are traveling to the Twin Cities, there will be a chance for fog along that route as we go through the day, or at least low clouds. Temperatures warming a bit as you get into the Twin Cities metro area to around 30 degrees. Same thing if you're traveling to Duluth, traveling to the Brainerd Lakes area, Bemidji, same thing goes. We're going to have some slippery spots out there. Your planning forecast looks like this as we go through the next 7 days. We'll get the facts out here first. Number one fact is, we've got this jolly elf that is expected to make some rounds, and with all this fog, is that going to be a problem? Nope. That's why we got the reindeer here with the shiny nose. Thank goodness. Well, Rudolph is a part of that team guiding the sleigh tonight because there will be some fog to contend with on the Christmas morning. 31 degrees, though, as we start warming things up. We stay in the 30s. We'll be melting. Some places, particularly on Saturday, will have a chance to be above freezing throughout the entirety of the day, like our neighbors out to the west have been enjoying for much of the day today and for the foreseeable future with this system. But we will have our next weather hiccup and burp coming through on Friday with some rain, and some areas, particularly in our northern counties where things are colder, will have icy roads as a result of that. That's why I think we'll see some areas with mixed precipitation Friday and into Saturday. It does look like more of a Minnesota event on Saturday, but we'll keep our eyes on that for you. Then heading into next week, it looks like a cooler trend taking hold as we go into your Monday. Let's take a look at a more regional view of the forecast this morning so you can get a feel about different parts of the nation and what we're expecting. We're going to go to this European fun model. We're only going out just a little ways here to show you that today it's not going to show the fog up on this, but the fog is going to be a problem here. So we go through the work week in places, not 24/7, but in places. Now, snowy weather in the northeastern United States as we go through our Tuesday morning. We'll be exiting off the coast of Maine and also off the coast of Vermont and New Hampshire. Some showers of rain moving off the South Atlantic states out there in the Carolinas, and some Texas showers moving into Arkansas. Pacific Northwest is by far the headline area of the region. British Columbia snow melting into parts of Oregon as well as Washington State. Northern California, though, with the elevated terrain there and off into central parts of Oregon, will have some mixed precipitation and flat out heavy snow that will move through even the Santa Anas as we go through our Christmas Eve night. Now, on Christmas Day, this system works its way into the central Rockies. This low pressure system, where does it go? Will it impact the travel home here in the valley? No. It dives southward. That system's going to swing through the south and redevelop as some showers and thunder showers in the hills of Texas. But here comes our next wave of systems later in the week, Thursday and into Friday out west. So if you're traveling the West Coast, unsettled the whole ride through. Passing systems here and there in the southern plains, nothing too heavy until we get to the late week. By and large, we're pretty fortunate that things will be relatively quiet, but for us, that quiet means fog and growing pains with some mixed precipitation and icy roads, particularly until we get into the weekend ahead. But that brings a chance for some rain into the forecast again, as we just talked about. Please remember, if you're traveling anytime this holiday weekend, you can get the latest road conditions in your region right here on hutchesweather.com. Please click on the road reports tab there. You can get the road reports for the area you're traveling through. Now, also, we do have a request to have you follow on Facebook. The more followers I get, the more folks that Facebook does share this with, and it really does help me out. So thanks so very much. Merry Christmas to you all. Safe travels. I will have updates right here throughout the holiday weekend, but for the most part, fog will be the main contention for all of us and some slippery areas of travel. Have a great Christmas Eve.